Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. St. Catherine records 3 dengue deaths. St. James Public Health Department increased dengue surveillance. And later in sports, Reggae Girls head coach calls for a fan support ahead of Olympic qualifier. Thanks for joining us. I'm Shamela Pullen. Here are the details. Days after the country was placed on high alert, 3 dengue deaths have been reported in St. Catherine. This was announced at the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation meeting on Thursday. The details in this report.
The St. Catherine Health Department is on high alert after cases of dengue were detected. Deaths have also been confirmed.
From the beginning of the year, there's 138 cases of dengue fever. 3 deaths, all adults, and that is 2 males, 1 female. For the month of July, there were 14 cases. For August, 63. To date, that's today's date, there's September, there's 16 cases. Children under 9, there were 56 cases so far. And above that age, 31 cases.
Deputy Public Health Inspector Melva Parker says several inspections were carried out at institutions, markets and drains across the parish for mosquito breeding sites.
A total of 52 drains were inspected and 27 such drains were found breeding mosquitoes. As per usual, these drains were treated with oil. Drains found breeding were in Portmore Zone, Waterford along Kingsway, Portsmouth, Ailing Road, Rupert Way, Waterford. In Old Harbour area, Kelly Pen, Buddha, that's Old Harbour Bay, Settlement, Old Harbour Bay, Berksfield.
Drains were also assessed and cleaned in the Spanish Town area. Ms. Parker says the Vector program continues. A total of 50 temporary workers have been employed.
There are plans for the Ministry of Health and Wellness to engage other stakeholders to conduct bulky waste removal from selected communities and drain cleaning as well. And the corporation will be informed in short order of these activities. So we seek the assistance of the councillors in this activity in respect to their areas. And we have also commenced fogging of the major schools, and it started in the summer.
A dengue budget was also set aside to deal with the situation. Kerry-Ann Simpson, TVJ News.
The St. James Public Health Department is reporting an increase in the dengue index in the parish. Acting Chief Public Health Officer for St. James, Steve Morris, provided an update at the latest sitting of the St. James Municipal Corporation on Thursday. It comes
at the end of August, our AIDS index for the parish was at 12%, and that's compared to 9% in July, so we have seen a little increase. As I said, we are stepping up our activities in terms of larvicidal fogging. We are having some challenges with fogging, and so at this time we have some items to be at procurement, and that has taken a little longer than we had hoped.
It comes following reports from the Health Ministry on Wednesday that the country is on a dengue alert after more than 300 cases were reported between April and June. That's an almost 500% jump in cases compared to the similar period last year. It's why the Health Department is issuing this warning to residents in St. James.
One thing we push is for once per week clean search and destroy within homes, communities, offices, spaces, and so on. So if you do that once per week within a 7-day cycle, we're able to break that cycle from egg to adult. And that's where our education is targeted at.
In the meantime, health officials in St. James and St. Mary are urging residents to be cautious. Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Tamara Henry, was speaking at the St. Mary Municipal Corporation's meeting Thursday.
So we have not passed our threshold, but we do want the population to be cautious, right? Now for dengue fever, in general, we look for 2 or more of the following symptoms. joint pain, headache, muscle pain, vomiting, eye pain, or rash. And a lot of those things also can look like other things, not just dengue, but we had COVID, and we have chicken, and we have Zika. There are so many things that present this way that we want people to be vigilant about themselves.
Dr. Henry said there have been 4 dengue notifications in the parish since January.
And by that we mean that having been seen by a clinician in the public system, for the most part, persons presented with 2 or more of the symptoms that we spoke about earlier. And so because we are in that time where we know we have a high mosquito burden and we are endemic, they were notified as such.
To other news now, the government says it will be looking to strengthen the skills of contractors under the social housing program. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the move is to improve the efficiency and speed of delivery of the housing units. More in this report.
Shoddy work and poor performing government contractors have been long-standing issues in the country.
Too often the contractors end up in a culture that is not pro-growth. They end up in a culture of shoddy work, cutting corners, not meeting standards, not understanding the compliance issues, and just believe that the construction of a house is putting one block on top of another.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who was speaking with journalists following the handing over of yet another house under the government's National Social Housing Program, noted that the government remains committed to assisting the most vulnerable in the country. But in order for the government to meet the growing demand, there's more work to be done.
To be able to do 1,200 houses per year, we would have to identify lands all across Jamaica that are available for such individualized development. And the second challenge, which I think is the more intractable challenge, is that we simply do not have enough contractors who can deliver at quality, at price point, and at the scale that we would require.
Turning his attention to contractors, Mr. Holness pointed to steps being taken to strengthen the skills of contractors and project managers.
The government of Jamaica, through the National Works Agency and the Ministry of Housing, will be developing an incubator program for contractors. And I think it's important that we start out in this way so that the contractors are trained from the outset in government standards, international standards, and that they understand the expectations.
Anthony Lugg, TVJ News.
It's time for a break. Stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. The government is considering giving Negril full autonomy over its own affairs. That's according to Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs, Marlene Malahoo Fort. Sandy Williams reports.
Can you imagine a municipality of Negril?
It's what some hoteliers and business operators have been calling for over the years. Negril's own municipal corporation to manage the affairs of the resort area.
The garbage collection, the upgrades, the monitoring the development, keeping the town clean and directing the direction in which the town develops as well. These are some of the things that providing safety and security for the town.
That wall behind me is a clear indication of a border between 2 parishes. To my right is Westmoreland and to my left is Hanover. Now the resort area of Negril spreads across both parishes as the town centre is located in Westmoreland while most of the large hotels are in Hanover. Now this means that funds generated in Negril either through property taxes, trade licenses or even building fees are split between 2 municipal corporations.
Each municipality thinks the other is taking care of Negril. So Hanover thinks, sure, Westmoreland is dealing with Negril, and Westmoreland thinks, so Hanover should take care of this. So we end up getting neglected. They are more focused on other parts of the capitals and other parts of the parish. So Negril is kind of left to languish a bit out there.
The only thing they're concerned about is the taxes. Just look and the billions of dollars just in GCT alone that we contribute. Land tax in Negril outside of the Golden Triangle in Jamaica, we are the most expensive. We pay the highest land tax in Negril. What do we get from it?
For hotelier Daniel Grizzle, the problem stems from poor management.
If we had some management of our town, our boulevard wouldn't look so filthy, wouldn't look like a slum. And don't take my word for it, just go out there and look at the garbage heap, look at what you see. It's a fantastic asset being poorly managed.
Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs Marlene Malahoo Ford supports the call for Negril to have full autonomy over its affairs.
From what I hear, it can be frustrating to move between Savlamar and Lucy. And I have been wondering, as I know Prime Minister Holness has been wondering, and the Minister of Local Government also has been wondering, whether we should look at a new arrangement for Negril.
Sandy Williams, TVJ News.
Residents of Ayers Valley, St. Thomas are calling for the Jamaica Public Service to immediately address the electricity problems in the community. It came after several utility poles caught fire on Wednesday, disrupting service throughout the community. The residents say prior to the incident, they have been experiencing low and high voltage issues in the area.
It now go and good on us for the community wise, for the people them, because you go to school right now, them can't get them close to iron. Just through the current system. Like every 2 days or every other day, current a chip out and anything a go away. Why we live in our community, the whole heap of kids. The wire them a burn off and a drop down and it a create fire. So you can walk past and them get hurt by that.
My cousin called me and tell me that the wire is gashing fire. So when I came out by my gate and look up, I saw the fire gashing from the light pole.
The incident came weeks after a similar incident in St. Mary where several houses caught fire. In the meantime, the Jamaica Public Service says a team has been deployed to restore power to the community. However, electricity theft is the main issue causing the voltage problems in the area. It's now time for the Business Minute.
Quick and easy cash loans has been flagged by the Bank of Jamaica for operating without the required licenses. The BOJ is warning the public against using the company's microcredit services as it has not applied to the central bank for a license to carry out or engage in microcredit services or business. Quick and easy cash loans is therefore in breach of the Microcredit Act. Section 9(1) of the legislation says a person who provides a microcredit service without a license commits an offense and is liable to prosecution and the penalties. Persons may be fined up to 2 million Jamaican dollars or imprisoned for up to 6 months. Both a fine and imprisonment may be applied. Currently, only 20 companies have been granted a microcredit license. However, entities which were operating before the Act are allowed to continue doing so once an application was submitted. Further afield, investors snapped up shares of UK chip designer ARM Holdings as it returned to the stock market, sending its market value to more than $60 billion. The shares ended trade on Thursday, worth more than $63 each, after rising by almost 25% from the $51 a piece that ARM received from the sale. The sale was the biggest initial public offering of the year, raising $4.87 billion for owners SoftBank Group. The share price jump has been seen as a vote of confidence in the firm. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm O'Shane Masters.
Time now for the top regional and international stories.
Over 11,000 customers in Bermuda are without power following the passage of Hurricane Lee. The Bermuda Electric Light Company, Belco, said the figure represents 33% of customers from the parishes of Warwick, Hamilton and Pembroke being the most affected, with a combined total of over 6,000 customers without power. In an update to customer, Belco said power restoration would begin as soon as it is safe, since Bermuda is under a tropical storm warning. On the international scene, 6 people have been arrested in the United Arab Emirates following the seizure of $1 billion worth of the addictive amphetamine Captagon. A video showed police dismantling 651 doors and 432 wooden panels with 86 million pills hidden. The operation has been dubbed as part of an international cartel involved in smuggling tablets. And at least 10 people are missing after a boat capsized on a river in the Indian state of Bihar on Thursday. According to authorities, the boat was reportedly carrying 30 people, including children, when the incident took place. And those are the top regional and international stories. I'm Karen Simpson.
We head to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your midday sports report with Jermaine Brown.